So I'm going to meet for the very first time my son's girlfriend's parents. Serious girlfriend. And I'm suddenly realizing I should have brought my skateboard. Look at this neighborhood. It is perfect. And it's smooth. Super smooth asphalt. Oh, you could just bomb this hill. This is such a great slalom pitch right here. And it's nice and wide. And it's private. There's a gate holding everybody back. So no hot rods coming around the corner at 90 miles an hour. No sideshows here. But anyway, I noticed in this neighborhood in San Clemente that it's just incredibly, and when I say incredibly, I mean incredibly manicured. Look, I'm not sure. I think those are leptospermum over there. Those big balls. They're really trimming stuff aggressively. And it looks kind of cool. Here's some ligustrum. And as you can see, this plant could be huge, could be a big tree, but it's just like kept well in bounds. The lawns are perfectly edged. It's pretty cool. But one thing I wanted to tell you about was this ground cover right here. This is pretty spectacular. Let's go. Let's just walk back here. Secret little spot. Look at this. Ooh, isn't that cool? Look at that. That is so pretty. It's just green, green, green as can be. Right now it's the end of May. And this here, my friends, is called Acacia Redolens. Prostrate Acacia. Flat growing acacia. Now it does grow pretty flat in most instances. Especially if it was from an extremely windy area, then the wind would carve it flat. But that's not the case here. We don't have extreme wind here. We have some wind, but it never grows as flat and as uniform as this. This is not natural, but it looks great. This stuff can grow 6, 7, 8, 10 feet tall, unless you do what they did with the ligustrum, and that is to just prune the heck out of it aggressively on top. So what's happened here is they've come here occasionally and they've trimmed the tops of these plants aggressively, and they've created this just perfect carpet. See if we can find where they trimmed it here. Maybe there. It's hard to say. It's kind of grown out of the trim job, but they take their hedge trimmers and they just buzz cut the whole thing. And it's really drought tolerant. This plant will grow without water at all once it's established, which is great. In this scenario, they have some hunter rotor heads here, spread about 30 feet, and they probably did this for establishment purposes only. And now I'd be surprised if they're really watering this much. So I'm sure they don't need to. But this plant's from Australia, where it's really, really dry, and all these acacias pretty much can naturalize. But you can see here, they're just starting to grow out of this trim job. See that right there? See how they're starting to grow out of that? Right there, they're starting to grow out of it. But this is probably as good as it looks. Like, I just wonder how long it took to hedge trim all of this stuff flat like this. And I guess they just have to stand on it. Wonder how they get out there. I want to see them do it. But isn't this beautiful? So it's pretty fire resistant, sort of. When you keep it this low, it's fire resistant because it's low. If it's really well watered, it's fire resistant because it has water in it. But it does ultimately build up a woody substructure in here, and that would become flammable in time. But it's, you got to put something on the slope. This is a good one. And so I wanted you guys to know about it. And just know that if you want it to look like this, you better buy a hedge trimmer and get to really love that thing. But yeah, I wanted to just show you how beautiful it can look. You can plant these things like 10 feet apart. And look at this. There's actually there's even an extra low growing form, but still, you would still, to make it look like this, you'd still have to prune it. See, it's just growing out of the pruning job. But that is pretty awesome looking. All right, I'm gonna go hang out with the new folks here. So wish me luck. Gotta impress them. Yeah. Of course, I did pick some flowers for him out of the garden. And of course, big giant avocados in my hat. Let's go.